Oh. Yeah. Get some scritches. You okay there, Rick? A little tied up in the grapevine. I figure you'll get out. Now that we've discussed all the theoretical reasons why, on paper, this is the worst quadcopter ever made, at least in the year 2024, there's only one thing left to do, and that's take it outside and fly it. So, let's put it in the air. It does, it did fly for a brief moment. I am not gonna turtle mode these old props. They will shatter and explode. Okay, well, I wish I'd have got that on camera. It just lit on fire. And here is the result of the second attempt at flying this quadcopter. You may recall that the first attempt ended with the top plate shattering, and that was the end of the initial video about this. I got a replacement top plate from the creator. Thank you so much for sending it to me. Tried to fly it again, as you saw there, and it immediately blew up. So I'm going to put another flight controller in it, and we're going to see if we can actually get this damn thing to fly. But why did it blow up? Well, I mean, I did check that this flight controller is rated for 6S, but being rated for 6S and actually being able to fly, not necessarily the same things. I'm going to hope, man, it just freaking exploded itself. I'm going to hope that it didn't fry any of the motors. I'm going to guess that it didn't. But we'll see when we get this new flight controller on here. This is why I don't trust 16 millimeter all-in-ones to fly 5-inch quadcopters, no matter what their supposed amp rating is. This is exactly what I would assume had happened. And here is the result. We've got the new flight controller all wired up. We've got the camera wired up, although the OSD isn't working. Something weird about the way this all-in-one camera wires up. I've done wrong, but we don't need an OSD to see how it flies. We flashed it with Betaflight 4.5, the latest and greatest, which in some ways is not in keeping with this experiment of how does the worst quadcopter in the world actually fly. But the worst quadcopter in the world, the flight control, or the ESC rather, get lit on fire when I try to fly it. So we're going to set that aside and see how the worst frame and motors and camera and video transmitter in the world fly. Question number 1. Does it even take off? Arming. Okay. Basic controls check. Here we go. Taking off in. Oh, God. In case it wasn't obvious to you, what happened was that as soon as I armed the quad, it began climbing and continued climbing even after I lowered the throttle and basically was flying to the moon. And the reason it did this is because of the flexy frame. The frame was too flexy. It got too much vibration getting to the gyro, and then the PID loop just freaked out. If I had anticipated this, I might have taken the filter sliders down, which would make the quad fly worse, but then might make it fly at all. But instead, the question was, well, how's it going to fly on, what are the effects? I wanted to show you the effects. Yeah, that's it. If I had anticipated this and wanted to fix it, I could have gone into the Betaflight PID tuning tab and taken the filter sliders to the left, which would give more filtering, worse aerobatic performance, but maybe it would have flown at all. But the point of this is to demonstrate to you the effects of these decisions, and I couldn't have demonstrated it more. I thought there was a chance it would fly, just maybe badly. And then we come to the other reason why this frame material is suboptimal: durability. And the good news is that it seems like all my electronics are still pretty sound, but the whole freaking frame just exploded. It just exploded. The entire thing. Just a million pieces. Okay, like 7 pieces. A lot of more pieces than we started with. That's my point. And yeah, I think that is going to do it for this. Like, I think the point has been made. You guys wanted to see it fly, and now technically you have seen it fly. Theoretically, I could rebuild the whole thing and then try to turn the filters down and see how, but that's the thing. Even if I can get it to fly, it's still, the minute you crash it, it's going to be in a zillion pieces. This is just an interesting experiment, but there's a reason we don't do it this way. And now you know what it is. That's it. Just wanted to follow up on the first video since you guys very, very much wanted to see me fly it. Now you technically have. Happy flying.